What's up everybody, it's Mark from 403 Fauna. On today's video we're going to do an unboxing from Garrick DeMayer of Royal Constrictor Designs. Now with the state of our economy and the ball python industry, it's definitely a buyer's market out there, and the Black Friday deal looked pretty crazy. I had to take advantage of that. I added 2 on Black Friday. This is the first one of that. Now while it's not a multi-gene monster that broke the bank, it's definitely a gene that I wanted to add, so I'm really excited about this one. Garrick DeMayer is one of my favorite breeders, and I'm glad to support him. I love this oversized box for a hatchling, especially with the winter weather. Heat pack is still good. Let's take a look at the little girl I got. Extremely well packaged. Wow. Here we go. Okay, so this is the first snake I've gotten that was in a deli container, which is really cool. And again, very well packaged. Royal Constrictor Designs. He's one of the few big breeders that regularly puts out content on YouTube, like Justin and Miguel, and I really appreciate the breeders that do that. And here is what it is. So it's a female chocolate het clown. Let's take a look at her. So I'm a big fan of the dark genes, and this is the first chocolate I have in the collection. And we can see how extremely dark it is. The chocolate has these granite-like patterns in the alien heads. Really dark blacks. Super cool animal. And she's het clown. You know, with these incomplete dominant morphs, it's super valuable to have a recessive in it. And of course, you cannot go wrong with clown. My other addition also is het clown. I'll share that with you probably next week. So once again, we have a chocolate het clown female from Garrick DeMayer of Royal Constrictor Designs. While we're here, let me share with you another addition that I had, not a Black Friday deal, a local pickup. And let me share with you a snake we haven't seen in a while. We'll kind of keep a theme here with the dark morphs. So kick back and listen in for the rest. So here we have a local pickup from Circus Morphs here in San Diego, and it is a pastel mahogany. Now, one of my goals during my first go-through of keeping ball pythons was to create the all-black snake. And I was breeding black pastels together. I actually achieved that goal, but when I moved here to my house, I had to bring the clutch with me, and I actually lost that clutch very late in the stage because it was just too hot. My house reached like 100. I didn't realize how hot this house got. And I cut open the eggs, and I had a perfect super black pastel, had hypo. Unfortunately dead in the egg. Now, due to the problems with kinking and facial deformities with super black pastels and cinnies, I decided not to go that route anymore. And the key to an all black snake now is a super mahogany black pastel. So with this girl here, she's already 1,300 grams. You know, when she's out of quarantine here, I'll put her in the rotation. I do have a banana black pastel VPI Xanthic that will go to her. So I think adding the VPI Xanthic along with black pastel, and you know, hopefully in the future holding some of those back and bring them back together, you'll get a black pastel Suma VPI Xanthic, which I think would be the ultimate dark snake. We'll see how it goes. So once again, we have a pastel mahogany. Now, pastel actually really works well with mahogany. As you can see, the alien heads remain really clean. Here goes her head. You know, this is my first mahogany, so I'm not super familiar with the morph, but her pattern and her color is very beautiful. And again, it's gonna be the key for me to create the all black snake. She's gorgeous. Okay, let's take a look at a snake that you may not have seen in a while. And I'll be honest with you, I was this close to getting out of the project with this girl because she is absolutely insane. Not just in looks, but her attitude. Now what we're looking at right here is a pastel static. Not only was her attitude a negative, but she has also been a poor eater. Just pull her out a little bit so you can see her better. Yeah, she was a horrible eater. She would eat maybe 25% of the time. Now she would strike and wrap her prey every time. In fact, she was blasting the walls of her tub every time I'd walk by, just trying to strike at me. And she honestly is scary to work with. So I was considering getting out of the static acid confusion project. By the way, this is a pastel static. But I decided to change things up a little bit. I put her in this vision rack with this completely enclosed tub so she can't see outside of it. And I started to feed her some mice. And instead of like eating 25%, she's now eating about 90% of the prey that I offer her, which is great. And she's finally putting on some size. And I think having her in this rack has also calmed her down a little bit, even though I'm still using a hook to handle her. But man, you cannot argue with the beauty of this gene. So again, sticking with the dark theme here. Static is a dark gene mixed with pastel. One of the genes that works really well, gives her this bronze coloration and even wax the pattern even more. So she'll stick around, and I'm not quite sure what will go to her yet. Maybe that hypo clown or desert ghost clown or something. We'll figure something out when she's ready to go next season. But absolutely beautiful, pastel static, awesome snake. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Next week, I'll be talking about the advantages of feeding mice to your snakes. And you got a little sneak preview of that with her. So have a great week, everybody. Take care and be safe.